So, over the weekend, I built a new computer. This has been a long time coming. About 8 or so months ago, we had an unexpected veterinary emergency for one of our dogs, and in order to come up with the necessary funds to pay for his vet bills, I ended up selling my computer. At the time, it was nothing fancy. I think it had like a 3700X in it, or maybe a 1700X, a Ryzen, first gen Ryzen, I think, and an RX 580 and a couple of Noctua fans, and nothing fancy. But because of the crypto crash or crypto boom, I basically got what I paid for it back because the GPU was worth so much. Everything else kind of sold incidentally. Fast forward to today, and I put together this machine. It's a Lian O11 Air Max, or Air Mini, sorry. And yeah, it's cool and it's great and all, but my favorite thing is it's quiet. I will take some B-roll where I'm recording the audio decibel meter for this, but one thing I've always loved about like the Trashcan Mac Pro was that you could push it, and I've done this at the Apple Store. You can push it, and the fans, you hardly hear the fans at all. And right now this is idling, but even when it's gaming or I'm watching a 4K YouTube video or whatever, it's quiet. And it's actually overclocked too. I had a 1600X first gen Ryzen laying around, and I was on a really tight budget for this. And so I figured if I can't get a newer chip, I was trying to get the new Alder Lake 12400, which is a 6-core chip that's really quick. It has no efficiency cores, just 6 cores. But instead I had to go with an older Ryzen. The GPU is a Asus ROG Republic of Gamers Strix. Man, this is so ridiculous. 1080 Ti that I bought used. This is so stupid. During eBay and Bitcoin and whatnot, I was bidding during the boom, so I paid too much. But incidentally, I actually won a 3060 Ti, which I'm really excited for because it's got DLSS, which will, it renders the game screen or whatever you're rendering at a lower resolution. Say you're running at 4K, but it renders it at like 1080p, for example. But then using the new tensor cores that are only found on the 3X series or the 2X series and above, so like a 2080 or 2060 and above, uses machine learning to upscale it. So you get the performance of a lower resolution, but higher image fidelity. Anyways, if I stop talking, you could probably hear that this makes no noise. Really. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I kind of went overboard on Noctua fans. I'm a huge fan, pun intended, of Noctua fans. And I actually have 2 120s that I'm waiting on some splitters here, you can't quite see it, to side mount as intakes as well. One thing I don't like about this case is the perforated fan, like the front panel and whatnot. I think these holes could be a lot larger. I think it's not doing wonders for airflow. That being said, it idles 4K, and so, sorry, it's overclocked at 4 gigahertz on all 6 cores, 12 threads. Everything else is stock or set to auto. The only thing set in the BIOS that is different is the core voltage at 1.375 volts. And that fluctuates between 1.35 and 1.4. like when it's really pushed, like Prime 95, small FFTs, it'll maybe boost to 1.4 volts, but I don't ever run it that long all the time. So yeah, this thing is awesome. I dual boot to Windows 10. It doesn't have a TPM module, so I can't run Windows 11. And yeah, so Windows 10 and Ubuntu 2004 LTS, which I use for work. But yeah, I got rid of the 27-inch from work. I'm gonna have to send that back. And so the tower took its place. I really like the tempered glass, and I like being able to see my handiwork. It's quite clean. It's not, I mean, not super clean, but it's quite clean, I think. And then I have my work computer here. So this is actually kind of nice. I can have this set up for Slack, or I can put music on there, and I can use my headphones with all the Bluetooth and I can be in the Apple ecosystem. And then I can switch over to here and I can be on Linux and doing my thing and kind of have the best of both worlds. And again, my favorite part is that it's, to my ears, and I'm quite sensitive to this, it's bone quiet. Just, I don't even know if that's a saying. It's super quiet. I have some Noctua anti-vibration plugs coming that I'm going to install as well. And then, like I said, there'll be a splitter with 2 fans that I'll probably do an addendum video to. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and just thought I'd do a quick update. I do need to clean up the desk a little bit. I need to find a place for the Ubiquiti router. I think I might move it to a different room. It doesn't need to be here. And that's about it. Thanks. So I wanted to test how loud or quiet the new computer actually is. So down below, this is a Plex server and hosts other internal services that I have for the house. And this other tower is a pfSense box. I want to replace this with a much smaller thing that I can throw in the closet where the modem is, but until I do, this is what I got working on. And then obviously there's the laptop. There's nothing else in here that's on. There's the lamp, and the printer doesn't make any noise. So this is baseline. So I will do a test to see what the ambient noise is, and then I will turn the computer on and test what the new nominal value is, and then we'll have a delta from there. So